Hey guys, it's Simeon. This is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 31st of July. Fuck, it's the last day of July 2020 to talk about everything that went down tonight on Friday Night Smackdown. And I'm just reading some of the comments here right now already going on. Thank you, Courtney Chris, for the Tier 1 subscription. We really do appreciate that. Reading some of the comments here, and I guess you guys are thinking the same thing I'm thinking. What a finish to SmackDown. What a last 2 minutes we got. I absolutely loved the very end. The whole Fiend Alexa Bliss thing. Who saw that coming? I bet you, if somebody told you, I saw that coming, the Fiend attacking Alexa Bliss, they're bullshitting you. I bet you nobody saw that coming, especially him putting the mandible claw on Alexa. I'm going to talk about all that once we get to the end of the show here, but I just wanted to say right now, I loved the end of tonight's SmackDown. The Bayley, Nikki Cross match, okay, it wasn't bad. I liked the match. I thought the match was good. Nikki shoving Alexa. I don't want to get too ahead of myself here. I'll give you what I think Nikki shoving Alexa could be as well, and we'll talk about all of that. But we're here to talk about SmackDown and the entire show, not just the end of the show. Remember, guys, if you want to be part of tonight's show, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341. Again, you can text your thoughts, questions, concerns into 510-906-1341. I don't know what happened there. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Everything is messed up now. Hold up. Technical difficulties. I clicked one button, and it literally changed everything. Uh-oh. Come on. And we're back. All right. We may have buffered there for a minute or two. I apologize. I don't know what happened. I clicked one button to send something to the Twitch chat, and it messed up everything else. But with that, we should be back here. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear and see me. We're still streaming. It says we're live. Waiting for everything to pop back on. There we go. All right, cool. I do apologize for that, guys. Technical difficulties. It happens sometimes. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah, if you want to be part of the show, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341. The number is in the chat. Also, the number will scroll across the screen periodically throughout this podcast. Also, remember, guys, if you want to support us here on Twitch, twitch.tv/PWUnlimited, well, you can do so by either hitting that subscribe button or sending us some bits. Donations are greatly appreciated. And remember, with subscribing, you could be like Courtney Chris and do a Tier 1 subscription, or you can use your Amazon Prime. Because if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Twitch Prime. And if you have Twitch Prime, that means you get one free subscription to any Twitch channel, any Twitch streamer that you want to support throughout the month, and we would greatly appreciate it if you use that Twitch Prime subscription to help us out here at PW Unlimited, because every little bit does help. So with that, guys, let's talk about SmackDown that kicked off with a really fun Intercontinental Championship match. Well, actually, before that, we got the new SmackDown Open. Thank you, D-Tricks, for the 100 biddies. I do appreciate that. So, the show opened again with the little interview vignette things, hyping up things for tonight's show. Participants in key matches, all said stuff. Women's Tag Team Champions, Bayley and Sasha Banks, mocked Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Bayley promised to defeat Cross yet again. Cross then pointed out that she beat Bliss last week to earn the title shot and vowed to win again tonight with the title on the line. Big E actually cut a promo, stating that he's returning to singles action tonight against The Miz. Miz and Morrison laughed at Big E. They said that it's funny that he's trying to be a single star. Lacey Evans said that she was still upset about what Naomi did last week, slapping her, messing up her makeup, and she's out for revenge. Excuse me. Naomi promised to confront Evans tonight in the ring. Well, no, duh. Grand Metalik discussed his upcoming title shot against AJ Styles, and Styles noted that Metalak, or Modalek, he said it way off. Metalak, I think is what he called him, is talented in the ring, but Smackdown is the house that he built. Then we got the Firefly Fun House. Bray Wyatt appeared for the Firefly Fun House. He noted that, well, we still haven't seen Braun Strowman since he disappeared in the swamp. They showed a quick series of shots from the swamp fight, including Alexa Bliss, which is foreshadowing for the end of the show. He said it doesn't matter. He said none of this matters because the Fiend is awoken now. He wants Braun Strowman, and if he can't get Strowman, he's going to go after and make people close to Strowman not safe, or something along those lines is what he said. I didn't write it down verbatim. But he basically teased going after people close to Strowman, and well, that person was Alexa Bliss. And I'm going to get all into that later because, again, I loved it. But then, show kicked off with the Intercontinental Championship match, AJ Styles defending against Grand Metalik. So they tried making this feel really special with big ring introductions. On commentary, Michael Cole noted that the IC title has always been considered the working man's belt. Styles and Metalik had a great fun match here. They both started slow, and the match was picked up and picked up and picked up and had a great steady pace. And not like a steady pace where it was like, oh yeah, they hit one note the whole time. Steady as far as like when they had to start picking it up, they picked it up at the perfect times. Like, excuse me, the growth of the match was paced out perfectly. At least in my opinion. They went back and forth early. Styles suckered Metalik in and started beating him down. He follows up the vertical suplex for a near fall. Metalik took over, though. The pace briefly quickened. They talked on commentary how Metalik is great. He's the king of the ropes. Yet AJ Styles, when he needs to, he can fly as well. Metalik sent AJ to the floor with the tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Metalik attempted a plancha, but Styles jumped in the ring. Metalik landed on the apron, but Styles knocked him off. Metalik then regained control when he caught Styles with the Hurricane Rana off the apron. After a commercial break, Styles cut off Metalik as he climbed to the top. Metalik knocked Styles off and hit a huge flying crossbody for a close near fall. Styles slowed the pace down a little bit as he took control. Styles staggered Metalik's leg and started working it over, preparing for the calf crusher. He locked on a half crab, but Metalik made it to the ropes to break the hold. Metalik fought back and rolled up Styles with a near fall. He followed up with a spinning DDT for another near fall. Metalik then walked the middle rope and hit a missile dropkick. He attempted to lift Styles, but his leg gave out, and Styles unloaded with a series of strikes over and over again. Styles went for the phenomenal forearm, but Metalik avoided and hit an enziguri for a near fall. Metalik then fired up, walked the ropes, and leaped off the middle rope, but Styles chop blocked him in midair. Metalik flipped forward, crashed onto the mat. Styles locked in the calf crusher, and well, Metalik had nothing to do but to tap out in the middle of the ring. I thought these two had a really, really good match. After the match, AJ mocked Metalik with the IC title before beginning to walk out. Lince Dorado was checking on Grand Metalik when AJ would come back and attack Lince Dorado. He beat him down before giving him a Styles clash. So in the back, Shorty G was watching this match on the monitor. Corbin would approach him and noted that it must feel bad to always be on the sidelines. He offered to help out Shorty G because they're friends. Shorty G was kind of skeptical about that line. Corbin would then call him Chad and praise his skills and allude to Matt Riddle getting all the opportunities. Shorty G saw right through this, Corbin's quote-unquote manipulation. Corbin pointed out that, I'll give you an opportunity to get my king's ransom, you know what you got to do. He's like, what? You want me to take out Matt Riddle? He's like, you know what you got to do. So next up, they recap the bar fight between Sheamus and Jeff Hardy. We then see Jeff Hardy walking around backstage towards the ringside area where he is, I guess you could say, greeted by Devon Dudley. They do the Fresh Prince. Psh. We also see Otis and we see Tucker. So Jeff Hardy comes down, and on commentary, Michael Cole explained that Hardy's in a good mood because he no longer has to deal with the bully Sheamus. Hardy talked about his sobriety and noted defeating Sheamus in the bar fight confirmed that he's on the right path. He admitted he's an alcoholic, but is more than just that. Hardy's a loving husband, father, and WWE superstar. He said his family and fans support mean a lot to him. He said he's not going to let them down, and Hardy's grateful to be alive. This is when, for some random reason, Corbin came out. Corbin interrupted and said that he's tired of hearing about Hardy's sobriety. He told Hardy to shut up and deal with it. Corbin said he has it tougher than Hardy because he has to deal with Matt Riddle, who doesn't know where his shoes are. And now, tonight, well, he's got to take on Drew Gulak. Hardy mocked Corbin and thinks Corbin is the problem. Corbin would offer the King's ransom to take out Riddle to him, to Jeff, that is. He said, I'd offer you it, but I know you're too dumb to take it. You have to go through 10 steps and sit in a circle, or 12 steps and sit in circles and stuff. So maybe you're just a little too busy. Suddenly, Corbin was attacked by Drew Gulak, who beat him down on the ramp as we went to commercial break. When we come back, King Corbin was taking on Drew Gulak in a pretty surprisingly good match. Gulak got a good match out of Corbin. So when we came back from commercial, the match had already started. On commentary, Michael Cole discussed the King's ransom. The, I guess you could say, bounty to take out Matt Riddle. He said that I know Drew Gulak won't accept it because when Matt Riddle transitioned from MMA to pro wrestling, Gulak was one of the ones that helped train him. Gulak was firmly in control and backed Corbin into a corner at this point. Gulak avoided Corbin, but got caught with a right hand anyway. Corbin slowed the pace down with a chin lock. Gulak fought back, but Corbin slammed Gulak down. Corbin then transitioned into a half crab. Gulak fought out and countered into a yes lock. Corbin broke free and made it to the ropes. Gulak fired up and hit a series of shotgun drop kicks. He followed it up with a flying clothesline off the top for a near fall. Corbin recovered and hit a deep 6. Suddenly, Riddle's music would hit as he made his way down to the ring. Gulak tried taking advantage and scored a near fall with an inside cradle. Corbin jumped to his feet, hit the end of days, and just pinned Gulak out of nowhere. Wasn't the only out of nowhere finish tonight, but he just pinned Gulak out of nowhere. So after the match, Riddle jumped Corbin and beat him down. Shorty G ran out and attacked Riddle with rolling German suplexes. Shorty G looked at Corbin and made that money sign. And I'm like, oh no. Heel Shorty G? Heel Shorty G? What are we doing, WWE? I guess with a name like Shorty G, maybe you got to start doing things differently to be taken seriously. I don't know. Corbin laughed as Shorty G left. Well, actually, I think they left together if my mind's correct. I'm pretty sure they left together. So next up, we got Big E versus The Miz with John Morrison and Ringside. Big E and Miz had a fine little match. Dragged at times, but hey, that was okay. They recapped Kingston, convincing Big E to go on his own while he and Woods are out. The commentators pushed Big E getting a singles run and how big of a deal this actually is. They almost made it sound like he's never been a singles wrestler, that he's only ever been a tag team guy. No mention of him being NXT champion, no mention of him ever being Intercontinental champion, but they mentioned all of Miz's accolades. Big E had the early advantage. He's using his strength throughout most of this match. He avoided Miz with a leapfrog and applied an abdominal stretch, and then spanked the Miz. Big E snapped. No. I skipped a whole part here. He spanked the Miz. He finally let the Miz go. Miz was yelling at Big E. He slapped Big E, and then Big E snapped. And he tossed Miz straight to the floor. He slammed Miz into the announce desk, a ring post, and the barricade. Miz then distracted the referee as John Morrison would jump off of the ring steps and attack Big E. Miz hit a sliding drop kick, a nice sliding drop kick actually, that fully connected right with the side of Big E's head. He then hit a double axe handle off the top turnbuckle to gain control. Big E briefly took over, but missed a splash on the apron and crashed hard on the apron. After a commercial break, Miz was firmly in control with a chin lock. Big E fired up and hit a series of belly-to-belly suplexes. He followed this up with the big splash. Big E then attempted the big ending, but Miz slipped out. He went for the skull-crushing finale, and Big E went for the big ending again. Miz then raked the eyes and hit a DDT for a near fall. Miz backed Big E in the corner and hit a series of running knees. On commentary, Corey Graves noted that Big E's exhausted because, he hasn't done singles matches in a long time, and he's used to being able to tag out once he gets a little tired, but now he can't tag out. Big E made a brief comeback. Morrison rocked Big E with a kick, and Miz hit the scroll crushing finale for a very close near fall. Miz applied the figure 4 and continued to work over the leg. The referee caught Morrison trying to interfere again and sent him to the back. Miz begged the referee to let Morrison stay. Big E rolled up Miz for a near fall and then transitioned it into a stretch muffler, which led to the Miz tapping out. When's the last damn time we saw somebody win with a stretch muffler? Fucking Brock Lesnar 2003. When he was beating small guys like Spanky, Zach Gowen, and Rey Mysterio with the stretch muffler. That's the last guy that I can remember that used the stretch muffler with any significance. Brock used that move so much that they made it one of his signature moves in the video game. So, I guess Big E's got a new finish. The stretch muffler. I don't know if this is going to be a thing going forward where that's his finisher, or if it was just a one-time thing to do something different. I don't know. I'm not against it because the whole thing is Big E's now a new Big E on his own. So giving him a new finish does make a lot of sense. So in the back, the Smackdown Tag Team Champions, Cesaro and Nakamura, were celebrating being the champions. Lucha House Party interrupted and tried to join the party. Cesaro and Nakamura turned them down. We then saw Sheamus. Sheamus admitted that he made a big mistake last week, taking on Jeff Hardy in the bar fight. He noted that it was a handicap match. It was him against Hardy and the alcohol, and he was surrounded by the alcohol the entire time. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but he said that now Hardy's not his problem anymore because he's got bad news for everybody on SmackDown. He's coming for him. And that's the same thing he was saying when he first made that comeback last year, when he would be in the shadows and just be like, "Oh, I'm coming for everybody on SmackDown. They better watch out." Well, he just cut that same damn promo tonight. So next up, we got Naomi versus Lacey Evans. Before the match, Evans cut her promo and said that she's beat Naomi before. She beat her at karaoke, and she's going to beat her tonight. She mocked the social media support and said that none of that matters. Naomi and Evans then had a match that was okay. Basically, Lacey Evans beat the crap out of Naomi for 95% of the match. Evans backed Naomi to the corner. Naomi tried to fight back with the Hurricane Rana, but it was blocked. And Evans hit her with the powerbomb that looked a little painful. Like she just smacked her down on the mat hard. Evans was firmly in control and slammed Naomi into the ring post. She tried tying Naomi's hair in between the ring steps, but Naomi quickly and easily broke free. Naomi recovered and sent Evans to the floor. Naomi then hit a sliding sunset flip on Evans, but it didn't really go too smooth. Evans regained control and attempted the woman's right. Naomi ducked and countered with a backslide for the victory. Naomi just picks up that win out of nowhere. So in the back, Mandy's talking to Otis. She said that she's booked them a date at his favorite barbecue joint because they haven't been on a date in a while. She starts flirting with him by telling him all the food they're going to eat. Ribs and steaks and a nice peach, what does she say? Peach cobbler sorbet, I don't know, with a cherry on top and a bunch of whipped cream. So she says, you go get ready. I'm going to go finish getting ready and we'll meet back right here. So they walk off and we see Sonya Deville in the background, stalking Mandy yet again. I thought this shit was over when they moved Dolph to Raw. Apparently not. So we come back from the break and Mandy's doing her makeup. Just about ready to go, you would seem. Putting on the lipstick when she was attacked by Sonya Deville from behind. Deville jumped her and viciously beat her down. Deville put lipstick all over Rose's face, basically to make it look like she had a bloody nose, I guess. I don't know. She then grabbed a pair of scissors and said, I'm going to make you look as ugly on the outside as you are on the inside. How about I cut off your precious hair, Mandy? And she starts cutting Mandy's hair, which I believe she was only cutting the extensions, so it wasn't even the real hair. She kept cutting and cutting and cutting. She then slams Mandy into some production boxes, walks over to a table and goes, what else can I do to Mandy Rose? What else can I do to Mandy Rose? And she finds some clippers. So she turns on them clippers. Referees and Adam Pearce and whatnot run in. And they're like, stop. She tries to fight them off with these clippers. Finally, she throws the clippers down and they get her out of there. Before, Adam Pearce yells for help. He's like, hey, we need a medic here. Give me a doctor. And then weirdly, they send it to Michael Cole and Corey Graves. And immediately, Michael Cole just goes, and we got an update on a situation in the back with Caleb Braxton. They go right back to Mandy. Like, why'd you even cut away? This should have been like 5 minutes later, not 5 seconds later. So Braxton was acting like a reporter on the streets covering this incident that had just taken place. Tucker and Otis run in to check on Mandy when Miz and Morrison randomly appear out of fucking nowhere. They made a series of jokes about Rose's haircut. Tucker heard enough and screamed them away, and Miz said, back to you, Colin Graves. I thought the first half of this was good. Second half, no offense to Kayla, but when they sent it back to her, that was kind of just not needed. The first half was pretty good. I assume maybe, and I know what assume means, but maybe hair match at SummerSlam? I don't know. Who's getting their head shaved? Who is getting their head shaved? I'm going to run a poll here on Twitch. Who do you think would get their head shaved? Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville. We're on a 5-minute poll here. See what you guys think. Who do you think can get their head shaved at the pay-per-view? Well, if that's the way they go. If the way they go is a hair versus hair match. Let me know your thoughts in the poll at the top of the chat. So we go to our main event. It was Bayley once again defending the title, the SmackDown Women's title, that is, against one Nikki Cross. So they recapped Cross defeating Alexa Bliss last week to earn this shot. Bayley and Cross had a fine match, but really, it's all about what happened after the match. So Cross had the early advantage, but Bayley tried fighting back. Cross sent her to the floor. They fought on the apron, but Bayley took over with a leg drop. She backed Cross into the corner, but Cross fought back. Cross threw Bayley rib first into the ring post and follow this up with a cross body block off the apron. Back from a break, Bayley was firmly in control with a chin lock. She followed this up with a back suplex for a near fall. Bayley missed an elbow and re-injured her ribs. Cross fought back and hit a DDT for a near fall. Cross gained control with an inverted DDT on the apron. She then found a Sasha boss ring. Cross picked it up and tossed it out of the ring. Not gonna cheat this time. Bayley then hung Cross on the top rope to take back the advantage. She then jumped on the announce table and tried to mock Nikki Cross, going crazy before Nikki Cross would pull the legs right out from under Bayley. Bayley would crash back first onto the table. Banks jumped on the apron, but Bliss pulled her off. Cross scored a near fall with a backslide, but Bayley countered and pinned Cross out of nowhere to retain the title. The third out of nowhere finish tonight on the show. So Bayley and Sasha celebrating. Show's over. Nikki's sitting in the ring. Alexa jumps in to console her. She's like, Nikki, do you need help up? Nikki, do you need my hand? Nikki, let me help you. And then we see the graphic that says, copyright WWE Smackdown 2020. Thinking, all right, the show's over. I looked at my time and I'm like, I know I'm behind by a minute and a half because I'm watching on the app, the Fox Sports app, but there's still literally 4 minutes left in this show. It can't be over now. And I know sometimes SmackDown does end a minute or two early so they can get a few commercials in before news starts right at the top of the hour. But I'm like, 4 minutes? I don't know about that one. And then, well, it's not over. The show's not over here, ladies and gentlemen. So Nikki gets to her feet, and Alexa's just like, it's going to be okay, Nikki. It's going to be okay. And Nikki shoves Alexa down. Hard enough where Alexa falls on her butt. And Nikki walks off, and I go, ooh, that was interesting. Could Nikki losing again turn her back into crazy sanity Nikki? And she snaps, and that's why she shoved Alexa Bliss? Think about it. She can't beat Bayley. She can't win that title. Now, it's in her head that she's a loser. She's going to go crazy. We get sanity crazy Nikki back. But that could even tie into even more. Because the lights went out. You got the goom, go, go, goom. Lights slowly go out. They come back on and they're red. As the Fiend appears behind Alexa Bliss. Alexa realizes what has just happened. And she starts to tremble in fear. Slowly, the Fiend goes down to his knees to get eye level with Alexa, who is sitting on the mat. The Fiend then takes his hand with the hurt glove on it and slowly pushes it towards Alexa's face. And my thought was that's the heel hand. I didn't realize, but I thought maybe that was the heel hand, and he was going to heal Nikki or heal Alexa and help her up and try to bring him to her side. But no. He put the mandible claw on frickin' Alexa Bliss. He rakes that thing in as the show goes off the air. Now here's my Nikki Cross tie-in. What if Nikki goes crazy Nikki, crazy sanity Nikki, and, the Fiend attacked Alexa. The Fiend male maybe, we don't know, I'm just going to think maybe he abducts Alexa. And when Braun comes to try and save Alexa, Nikki Cross is there too. But she is on the side of the Fiend. Crazy Nikki with the Fiend. How cool would that be? I loved this whole thing because the possibilities of this ain't the same fucking thing we've seen since Money in the Bank. It ain't just another random Wyatt character wanting to challenge Braun. No. Now with adding the Alexa Bliss stuff, it makes it all different. It's a whole different dynamic because now Braun has a reason for wanting to fight the Fiend and Bray Wyatt. Because he went after Alexa, somebody that he's close to. It's not like with the swamp fight where it was just randomly, hey Bray, let's have a fight in the swamp for no apparent reason. Now it's like, hey, I'm back. You don't mess with my friends, especially one of my best friends. Now, we need to deal with this. And I mean, who knows? Who knows? I mean, I didn't expect him to put the mandible claw on Alexa Bliss. I thought he was either going to try to abduct her or turn him to her side or something, but I did not expect them to have him put the mandible claw right on Alexa. Like, that's something I didn't expect. But I enjoyed the hell out of that last 2 minutes of the show. I really did. Also, our poll did complete. 95% of you voted for Sonya Deville to possibly get her head shaved. Only one person voted Mandy Rose. But with that, that was Smackdown. I actually really liked the show. I think all the matches, except for the slight little botch or mistimed spot in the Lacey Evans Naomi match, thought everything else was really, really good. So with that, if I had to rate tonight's SmackDown, I'd probably go 7.5. No joke. I'd probably go 7.5. So with that now, read some text messages. If you want to be part of the show, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341. Again, you can text in to 510-906-1341. This person here does state, it's my birthday on Sunday. Well, whoever you are, happy early birthday. And this person here says, any news on Bobby Roode when he's coming back and when Roman feels like coming back? No clue on Roman. And Bobby Roode can't come back well because he's stuck in Canada with the border closed. They ain't letting anybody in. They ain't letting anybody out. In, out. He can't. So that's up with Bobby Roode. And when he does come back, he will be on Raw with Dolph Ziggler. This text message here basically says the same thing that I said. Do you think, well, they just shifted around a little bit. Do you think Nikki Cross can finally be what we always wanted for a Sister Abigail character? Maybe. Maybe Crazy Nikki can be what I don't see them calling her Sister Abigail. I don't see her being Sister Abigail. But she can be what a Sister Abigail character should have always been. That's what I think. And this last text message here does state, who do you think will challenge AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam? So if they do things right and they push him correctly, I can see it being Big E versus AJ. I know I had said Big E, or I know I had said Matt Riddle, and they could still go that route. It just depends on how quickly they do this Riddle-Corbin stuff, and it looks like they're going to drag that out. But with it, I think there could be some Big E getting that shot possibly. And we got one last text message. Any news on when Jeff will leave and join his brother? Well, he can't leave anytime soon because his contract is still going till, I want to say, next March. His contract is till. And I don't even know if Jeff wants to go. Who knows? I mean, yeah, Matt went to AEW, but who knows if Jeff wants to go there? What if WWE is using him really well and he says, you know what? I'll stay here for another few years. Or he just says, I'm done. You never know. You really never know. What if Jeff is really enjoying the way he's being used in WWE because he's actually being used pretty good and wants to stay? You never know. Too hard to tell when he's got at least 6 or so more months left on his contract. But with that, guys, that's going to do it for tonight's SmackDown review. I really liked tonight's show. It seems like you guys really enjoyed most of the show as well. So with that, you can follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Follow us on Instagram by searching for Pro Wrestling Unlimited. And follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited. Also, remember one last time, if you have Twitch Prime, well, actually, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Twitch Prime. And if you have Twitch Prime, then you can subscribe to us absolutely free with your Twitch Prime subscription. I know many people are using that Twitch or using that Amazon Prime to get stuff shipped to them for free and quicker. So if you've got that, link it to your Twitch account. Bada bing, bada boom. Help us out. Subscribe. Every little bit does help. But with that, guys, we will be back on Monday to talk about Monday Night Raw. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you then.